All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites, and we come out here every week to prophesy the downfall of America, which according to the Holy Scriptures is Babylon, all right, which is the city of the place of confusion. Because the word Babylon, if you go into the Hebrew is Babel, which means confusion, all right? We're out here to let the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know you are the true children of Israel according to the Holy Scriptures, and you are the only nation or race of people upon the earth that have a chance of salvation from the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, through the name of Yahawashi, whom the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. All right? With that being said, we want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations unto the sincere Akim, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice week in and week out to do the will of Yahawashi in sincerity and in truth. So with that being said, we're going to get into the scriptures and hey, let the spirit roll, man.
Titus, Titus, right? You want Titus? Okay. I don't know why, hey, it could have been the spirit down there. Titus, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, Paul, a servant of the Most High and an apostle of Yahawashi HaMashiach, according to the faith of the Most High's elect, and the acknowledging of the truth which is after godliness, in hope of eternal life, which the Most High can...
It's lucky, because when it says Paul, he was a servant of Yahawashi, but when Paul, being a servant, Paul said he was a prisoner, right? According to the faith. He was a prisoner according to the faith. With the truth, which has no ungodliness. With some people, they try to make this truth what they wanted to make it. You see, they want to get into the fold. They want to still hold on to their old selves, their worldly selves, and still try to do the ministry of the Lord. No, with Paul, he said he's a minister or a servant of Yahawashi to this truth according to godliness, man. You know, and that's what we, by reading going through the Holy Scriptures ourselves, that's what we hold on to, man. You know, that's what we fight for. That's what we contend with the unbelievers about. Because we believe in this truth. We don't believe that this truth has any ungodliness in it, man.
In hope of eternal life, which the Most High cannot lie, promised before the world began, but hath in due times manifested his word through preaching.
Yep. Hey, this is an example. You know, you have the apostles. You know, you have the apostles up in New York. You have different brothers around, elders and brothers around the states. You know, that's proof. All right. This is that preaching that this scripture is talking about. Because with this preaching, you know, it says that we teach the judgments. You know, we go through we exhort the people, and all these different things that we as well as the other brothers teach. You know, the Most High is He's making this truth to be on to be believed more, because the things that we speak on are coming to pass. The prophecies, all right. We speak on America getting into it with these different countries, Iran and Russia, and putting sanctions on different people. You know, these are in the scriptures, man. And it's coming to pass in front of our face. You know, so that's why we truly believe that the people who don't believe the things that we speak, the Most High is not dealing with them, because it's obvious to see it, man. It's obvious to see the prophecies are coming to pass. All right? The things that we research, you can read going to Genesis. You go through the first few chapters of Genesis, you can look around and you can see it, man. So, hey, it says in the Wisdom of Solomon, it says, by the beauty of things, proportionally the maker of them is seen, man. And that's the same thing we speak, and that comes straight out of the Holy Bible, man. It don't come out of our own vain heart, you know.
It says, but hath in due times manifested his word through preaching, which is committed unto me according to the commandment of the Most High our Savior. To Titus, my own son.
Which means, hey, he said that was commanded of me. Paul didn't ask for the office that he got, man. He got it because that was the Most High's will. You if you read up on Paul and what Paul was doing before he started being a minister for the Most High, Paul was, you know what I'm saying, if you put it straight out, Paul was a nigga, man. But the Most High showed grace upon him. He knocked him off that horse, and guess what? He became one of the most wisest men to ever teach the word, man.
Well, he technically he wasn't a nigga. He was overzealous, so to speak. You know, it said he was a Pharisee of the Pharisees. You know, he was perfect when it comes to touching the law. You know, basically, he was just on the wrong side, basically. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the 100% truth. Okay, he knew of the truth. He knew of the scriptures. All right. He knew of the laws. He kept the laws of that nature. But he was basically like, he came up under one of these churches. You know what I'm saying? He can quote scriptures. You know how you might meet one of these average Christians. They can quote scriptures. They can bring out precepts, know a little history about this or that, but they don't have the 100% truth if they don't have the proper breakdown, man. All right, so that's when, you know, that's why the Lord asked him, why did thou kick us against the pricks? You know what I'm saying? Basically, why are you trying to stop what I'm trying to build? You know, because he was persecuting the churches, man. All right? The churches that was teaching Yahawashi. You know, so when he got knocked off that horse, that's when he's like, oh, so this is the right way to do it. Because remember, he was like, they gonna look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he like, hey, this is just part of my life. All right? I thought I was doing the right thing. He basically admitted he was wrong. All right, he manned up and he took off from there, man. Start running that race, you know? Because people take that and run with it, man. It says, to Titus, mine own son, after the common faith, grace, mercy, and peace from the Most High the Father.
Because there was a point that you read that. There was a point where we brought out through the scriptures that we entreat the apostles as our fathers in this ministry. And you had a couple people that got butthurt about it. They didn't want to roll with it. But hey, Timothy wasn't literally Paul's son. When you go into the word son in there, it says roughly paraphrasing, going into how he was a follower of him in the ministry. How he was brought up in the ministry by Paul. Not his literal son from his loins, but he followed him because he spoke the truth. You know, and you got some people in this day and age, they don't like that because maybe they feel belittled, maybe they feel like they have no for whatever reason. I don't know.
It's just pride.
Yeah. I don't
follow nobody. I do my own thing. No, everybody follows somebody, man. All these women talking about they independent and this and that. You follow another woman that said she was independent, that said another woman she was independent and all of that. And the woman who started all that independence said she followed after a man who was just trying to destroy the households of our people, man. So you follow, everybody follows somebody, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Paul said, follow me as I follow Hamashiach. Just don't follow the wrong people. That's what it's about. Everybody gonna fall, but people got pride. Man, I do my own thing. No, you don't. You saying you do your own thing, you falling after everybody else to say they do their own thing. It's still in that group of doing my own thing. You know, like, but that's how people feel. They feel like they gotta be 100% different than everybody, or just, you know, just self-willed, so to speak. Just, this is all me. I'm doing this by my power and this and that. Like, oh man, don't work like that. Everybody follows somebody.
If that wasn't the case, then why do we, as a nation, we ain't a part of this country. I'm just saying, as a country, why do we follow the laws that are made up by a man? You know, if that's the case, because we damn sure got to follow them. Because if we don't, there's what? There's some type of consequence. So to follow somebody pertaining unto godliness, why is that a problem? You know? Because you follow Esau. Esau is the most wicked upon the earth, man. And we gotta follow his laws. So guess what? He's gonna throw us under the jail, man.
The fact that you grew up in this society and you send your child to school so they can get indoctrinated with this society's wisdom. All right, and that's an ongoing process. Then they grow up and have children and they do it, and they grow up and have children and they do it, and now you get to where we at right now, and the kids now is like just monstrous, man. They're just monstrous, you know. But at the end of the day, everybody follows somebody. It says, "In the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, our Savior, for this cause let thy thee increase, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city, as I had appointed thee."
Why would they be ordained in every city? So what? They can teach the word and men can follow the word of Yahawashi. Why would they have men or set up in every city, man? If that wasn't the case, if you don't have to follow nobody. Because back then you had men that were seeking for the truth, and you had men that wanted to do their own thing. The men that want to do their own thing are the same people that are back here in this day and age that don't want to follow nobody. They want to follow their own evil heart, but they don't want to follow the Most High. He set up elders in every city. That's heavy, bro.
That's because people like what did he say? He said, set in order the things that are wanting, man, which means left undone. All right, so basically put things in order. Our nation they despise order, man. At the end of the day, they despise order. What proves that is we still here. If they didn't despise order, we all could pray to the east. Yahawashi would deliver us right now, man. But that's not meant to be like that. We're meant to go through this fire, go through this affliction, all right, build our character, show our faith, and fight for this truth. We were listening, on the way to camp today earlier, we were listening to I listened to one of the elders, and he had said, hey, basically, get out of that carnal mind state, get more spiritual, man. All right? He said, detach yourself from the flesh and get more spiritual, right? And when he said that, now to think about it, I'm thinking of the movie Venom, you know? That movie Venom, how it just got a host, it has a host, man. Carnality has a host. But if you fill yourself with the spirit, then they can't stay there, man. All right? It can't stay there. It gotta go somewhere else. That's that when you swept your house. When you got rid of that spirit that you had on you, when you was in the world, you found this truth, and he left and went got 7 more stronger. He like, I can't dwell here no more. Somebody else moved in. Another spirit moved in, which was the spirit of Yahawashi. But you gotta continue to do what you're supposed to do in order for the Lord to stay there, in order to pay your bills, basically. You know, because you basically inviting the Lord in your house, and you're gonna be a nigga to the Lord. Huh? You gonna treat him like he ain't nothing. All right? No, you invite the Lord in your house, you give him whatever he wants. That's how it works. And what did he want? Go on the highways and the byways, keep the law, statutes, commandments to your best ability. Study to show thyself approved. Keep diligence to make that calling of the election sure, man. So on and so forth, man. But you can't do that if you attach to that the flesh, man. Because it said a carnal mind is enmity with the Most High, meaning against. It's the opposite. It said the true worshipers, now the true worshipers come, the Most High is the Spirit, and they who worship Him must worship Him in spirit, man. You're always going to have distractions, man. Music, women, old friends, jobs, children, all kind of things, man. Principalities, you got the demons that'll fuck with you, you know. All of a sudden, I start to want to read the scriptures. Now I'm getting tired. You know, you got to build your spirit up, man. It's a breach in your armor.
So the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 23, it says, you are bought with a price. Be not ye the servants of men. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called, therein abide with the Most High. You know, and the reason that I wanted to bring that out, why I brought that out. So speaking on what the brother was saying, man. You know, you got detaching from the flesh because, hey, look, we're not of our own self. This work that we're doing is not of us. You know, our flesh would be like, man, just do a sit down. You know, but the scriptures tell you, you know, hit the highways and the hedges. You are not your own no more. When the Most High ordains you to do this work, you do it, man.
Hey, because being attached to that flesh, that brings about that pride. Yeah. Okay? Because you can't think spiritual, right? I always go back to that movie, Never Back Down, where he said you can't fight angry, because you're just gonna go, man. You're not gonna be thinking. You're not gonna be analyzing the situation. That's why the scriptures say, be not rash, man. You know? Be ye angry and what? Sin not, man. I'm not saying you can't be angry, but just make sure you're taking the proper steps. You don't need to walk around angry all day and let people know you an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta, this truth is gonna build your character, man. So that's detaching yourself from that flesh. Part of the fact that people don't want to follow people. Oh man, you know, I do my own thing. That's that pride, that's that flesh, man. Alright? You gotta sacrifice that flesh and be reborn again. That old creature. I'm just to the spirit. I've been wanting to do a lesson called Don't Revive That Old Creature, man. Because you got, man, any task you set at hand, any goal you want to reach, the closer you get to the end of it, the harder that it gets, man. So the closer we get to the end of this society, you're going to have to fight harder. All right? It's the same when you playing a video game. The closer you get to the end, the harder the competition gets. You got to remember we're in a spiritual battle right now. The closer we get to the end, the closer we get to salvation, the harder it's going to get. You know? Because I find myself doing that, just being robotic. I go on the highways, I read here and there, look up some definitions, read an article, holler at some brothers, drink some wine, Shabbat Shalom, like, the rabbit hole is way deeper than that. But that's how people, our people, we cool with the bare minimum. I'm gonna do just enough to get by. No, because the same elder that I was watching, he was like, yeah, man, you know, look up news, get into geopolitics, basically look up information that you don't know nothing about. That's why the scriptures say, be not ignorant in no little thing, man. Every day you should learn something new. Whether it's a definition, whether it's a timepiece, like far as history, all right? Some different type of element, a different type of herb, a different type of fruit and its benefits, like all of that. It's so much information out there, and it only going to come down to being able to be utilized. Because when this society breaks down, if all you got is what this society gave you, then you're going to break down with it. At the end of the day, you're going to break down with it, man.
If I may, brother, it says, you know, to add to what the brother is saying, it says in the book of Isaiah, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. You know, so as he was saying, the things that you learn now, you know, that's going to be what's going to justify whether you're going to make it in those times or not. You know, doing a bare minimum. And it says the Lord, it says in Sirach, 43rd chapter, the 30th verse, it says, well, you cannot go far enough. So there's like the Aki is saying, is you can always build, and that's with us, man. Start from us and to whom it applies. We can always build, man. And it's easier said than done. But if we love Yahawashi, like we say we do,
Exactly.
then it shouldn't be no issue. It shouldn't be strenuous. Shouldn't be grievous. You know, we should just do it. You know.
I'm tired of letting Satan win battles, man.
It sucks, man.
I'm tired of letting him win battles. The war is not over, but shit, I'm tired of letting him win battles, man. This
is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
Escape what? Those things that's coming, man. Those perilous times, all right? The escape the temptation of the mark of the beast. You don't know what situation you're going to be in at them times, man. It could be 3-4 days before you done ate. All you got to do is take a chip. Have a gun in your son's head, your daughter's head, your woman's head, your mama's head, your pop's head, like whoever. They might just snatch one of us, a couple of us right off the street, throw us in a concentration camp. Torturing you. Take the chip, we'll stop. It's the hour of temptation for a reason, man. Because it's going to be tempting. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to get easy. Stop thinking it's going to get easier. Even if your faith is growing, that's just the demons going to get stronger too. It's still going to be a fight to the end. That's why, hey, call Lord Yahawashi were the apostles that we was able to follow, that we was able to follow in this truth. You know, because till this day, they still say, Lord willing, they make it. We don't even know if we going to make it. They've been, to us, they already made it. You feel me? If we feel like we made it, of course they, you know, but nobody knows until they get to that moment, man. You might say, man, I do this and I do that, and then that moment comes, and you react completely different.
It shows what? It shows how heavy that they follow the scriptures. Because the scriptures tell you in Ezekiel, with the 18th chapter, you know, the man do all this righteousness, and then at one point in time, when it's that time, that man goes off, it says all his righteousness that he's done shall not be remembered. You know, hey, that's a beautiful point, bro. That's why we follow the apostles, so they stay humble in the scriptures, man. Not because they know for cussing people out. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of that,
they're
man.
great leaders, man.
You know?
They're great leaders at the end of the day. That's what it is. It ain't like, oh, with man pleasing and all. Like, no. I ain't got it, you do. Can I get the knowledge that you have, man? It's not, what it say, it's not the
discourse of the elders.
Like, we just read right now, set up elders in every city to put things in order, man. Our people rebel against order, and that's that pride, man. That's that pride. All right, that's why they don't want to know or acknowledge that they're Hebrew Israelites, because they're going to have to get in order. They're going to have to stop eating that pork. They're going to have to stop smoking. Stop fucking Tyrone woman. You know? But even before you stop doing all of that, what's the main thing our people hate to do? Admit that they're wrong, man. And that's repent. For you to admit to the Lord that you was wrong. It might be easy because you don't see the Lord every day. You ain't seen him or something like that, you know? But if you truly, that's part of your faith, man. If you truly believe that he's there, all right, if you truly believe you want him to watch over you and protect you, oh, Lord, protect me, you know? At a point in time, my zeal was so high that I was like, I'm about to pray to the Lord that he do whatever he got to do to allow me to make it. And the brother was like, nah, man, you don't want to do that. And I had to think about it. I was like, I'm glad I didn't do that, man. You know, we're not perfect. I done made vows that I done broke, and I feel terrible about that. Got judged or could possibly still get judged. Like, this all is a growing process, man. But I'll tell you one thing. Before the end of this, the Lord will let you know if he wants you to make it or not, man. It ain't, oh, the Lord chastens those whom he loves. Yes, he does. But don't put yourself in a situation to get chastised. You know? Like, Lord, hey, look at chastising. Hey, because you would get to a point where you're like, man, why is everything going so good? Like, why is things so cool? You know? And then that's scary. You know? And the Lord will remind your ass, like, man, I'm still here. I'm just giving you a little break. You know? Just like your job. You know? You get an hour break for the most part, the whole day. They don't just work you straight 8 hours and send you home. You out there working and eating at the same time.
It says, and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby he have believed,
That's what it is. Go ahead.
shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
But first you gotta believe. You gotta put in work. You gotta have faith. And that's how you get salvation. Alright, it ain't you just wake up, I love the Lord, I'm gone. Like, no. It's a process. And our people hate processes, man. They want things to happen on their time. You know, but then everybody say that, everybody quote that, the Lord might not, what did we say?
He might not come on every time you walk, he come on time.
But he come on, that right there alone let you know you ain't in control of nothing, man. Wait upon the Lord.
And just like you had mentioned, when the times come, when the perilous times hit, and when the Most High is starting to judge all these nations, he's starting to judge his people, first and foremost, because the scriptures say he's going to start at the house. When he starts to put judgment on people, and all your works rely on, I was in the club every week, you know, I was committing adultery every week, I was eating pork every chance that I got, I wasn't keeping none of the law, statutes, and commandments, I made fun of the prophets. Those are your works, and you can't expect the Lord to look out for you in the times, man. Because your works are going to justify, like we mentioned, your works are going to justify how the Most High is going to deal with you. You know, and that's what all of us. That's why when the brother mentioned, we can constantly build, man. We can constantly get better in this knowledge, man. And if we're not applying ourselves, our people, if you're not applying yourself, you have every opportunity to, man. We have the same, y'all have the same opportunities that we have. We're not that special to where we just got the truth and y'all can't get it. No, it's because our people as a nation not applying yourselves, man. And in those days, if your works that you do now, you can't be mad at the Most High and say, hey man, I'm not dealing with you. I'm gonna put you to death. You're gonna get a certain type of judgment because of your works in the world. I never knew. You know? Us is like you mentioned, like we get to a point where we feel like, you know, we got it. You know what I'm saying? But it can be a point where the Most High be like, nah, you ain't got it like you think you got it. Because you ain't doing this, you might not have did this, whatever the case may be. You think you got it, but you don't. You know?
That's them keeping you humble, man. But shit ain't like be exempt from demons, you know? Demon to get on your ass, how you thinking you that dude?
There's no temptation taken through such as is common to men. You know, we're not exempt from the things that our people go through. Because what? We all in the same nation, and we all under the curses. Yeah, so we ain't exempt from none of the things that we speak, man.
Titus 1:5, for this cause let thy deed increase, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city as I had appointed. If any be blameless, the husband of one wife, having faithful children, not accursed of riot or unruly, for a bishop must be blameless and the steward, as the steward of the Most High.
Hey, why did they have to be that? Or why did they have to show forth that example? So men could follow the truth the right way. Because what? Like we mentioned, before the cameras came on, the brother said, yeah, it's not expedient. You know, it is lawful for a man to have more than one wife. But according to teach this word right, you have to show that the less women that you deal with, the more time you have for the Lord, man.
Technically, you should be a unit. You want to be highly efficient. You know what I'm saying? That's an option. So, I mean, it's not the end all be all. It's not to the point that you judge a person because of it, but you should too. Because if a brother's not performing at a level, you know, because brothers that have that spirit and jig too on the outside, and they be like, oh man, I feel like I need to get better. I feel like I need to do this, but you're not willing to cut out the things that are necessary to improve your performance. You know, just like Mayweather is a boxer, and you got Adrian Broner. You know, Adrian Broner sit there and say, well, I'm about to work hard this time, I'm about to do my thing, you know, and he's not doing it, he's working out, but he's still drinking and he's still partying. Compared to Mayweather, he never drank. He show up to venues to show his face as far as promotion. You know what I'm saying? And it's the difference between those two type of individuals. So there's nothing wrong with partying and drinking, but the person that doesn't party and doesn't drink is well more efficient than the other. You know?
Like the scriptures say, mortify thy members, man. You know? Thy right eye offend thee, you know, pluck it out.
Yeah, in the word offend, let's get that scripture. Mortify thy members, and if thy right eye offend, because that word offend, it also goes back to sin. But there's things that offend you that is not a sin that is okay to do. Okay?
This is Colossians 3 and 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
What that mortify means? It means to kill. It means to put to death. It means to get rid of. When something dies, it doesn't exist anymore. Okay?
Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Yeah, so it's talking about, you know, fornication, adultery, you know, inordinate affections, you know what I'm saying, being soft, you know, homosexuality, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the one with the offend word. This is Matthew 5 and 29, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee.
Yeah, so that right eye, that's what we specifically should have got. That right eye is considered a body part. Not only within the ministry as another individual, but you're talking about habits and things that you do, or not even habits. You got lifestyles, you got time, you got things that exist in your life. If it offends you, so let's get that word offend. Shah.